Hi, this is Jewel. To start with this episode, I want to ask myself a big question. Why do I want to substitute everything I'm using with biodegradable material? So to answer that question, I'd like to introduce myself and once more and about my background, what I want to do and what I want to do next. What's the purpose of me, posting all these things on Instagram? What's the purpose of me trying to bridge art and science? So about my background, I actually studied bio-textile during my master degree at Chelsea College of Arts, which I recently graduated. Well, not recently, last September. Basically, after I graduated, I took internship at a vegan leather company here in London, and I finished it last month. So, despite all this artistic approach and this image that I'm putting online, in real life, I'm actually more of a science student, more of a science-based designer sort of thing. So it's a bit weird, but I think we can deal with that. So as you can see, some of my recent Instagram posts, I try to combine Chinese traditional shadow play, character and mask making, sort of these traditional technique with biomaterial. So basically, I will make cutout into shapes and then connect it with iron wire. And then before this, I made a paper and biotextile bridge sort of mask. So it's mainly made with paper, tracing paper, but part of it was biotextile. Like this part is biotextile, and then the rest of it is paper. And I took step by step because it wasn't really successful in the beginning. I was just making cutouts on one sheet, and now I realize the reason that it wasn't successful was because I treated biotextile like paper and fabric. And then it wasn't until recently during a biotextile forum that I went to in London during Craft Week that I finally realized what was the problem of my thinking behind it. It was about the idea of substitution, the idea of biomaterials substituting the current application. Of course, we know that biodegradable material is good for the planet. It's not plastic, so it's not creating any pollution. It's not deteriorating the earth. So spiritually, why do I want to substitute everything I use with biodegradable material? Is because I want to leave no trace on this planet. Because I think that's what it is supposed to be. That idea, I think everyone understands. But when it comes to how am I substituting it, and then when it comes down to why am I doing all this, sometimes I get confused myself as well. Because, sometimes we call it a textile, but the material itself is maybe it's not the perfect thing for as a textile. So why are we substituting one thing to the other? Because humankind, as human, we're so used to thousands of years of using leather, we're so used to thousands of years of using cotton, we're so used to nature, what nature provides us. And then when biotechnology becomes a reality, we're creating new things instead of substituting the old ones. Why do humans hold on to what nature gives us? And why do we want to substitute it every time? Every industrial revolution, we're trying to substitute something that nature gives us to something new. But maybe that new is not a complete substitution. Maybe it's something really similar. We get something really similar or something really better, but it's never the same. So one of the person answered to this question was, I think the main point is to find the killer application to your material. And I think this is so right. This is so cut to the point. Of course, it wouldn't be the same to leather, but it can be something else. Maybe it's not the perfect thing for fashion, but maybe it would be the perfect thing for interior design. Finally, I want to talk about some of the suggestions they give during the talk that I think was very inspiring. So the first thing that biotextile industry need is to it needs more fundamental and elementary funding and support to young entrepreneur trying to get things done, trying to have biomaterial lab, trying to make experiments. The second thing that I said was there needs to be more consumer education. This world that we're living in is already so fast that sometimes I just feel like educating consumer is not enough. Sometimes you need to catch the internet traffic. Maybe the best way is to attract. And then the third thing that I said is having a higher marketing share so that people actually have a choice. If you go to the shop and then you want to buy something that's good for the environment, you want to buy a t-shirt that's organic, you want to buy something that is not harmful, but you can't find the product. And also the fourth thing that I said was more competition in biotextile industry is needed. An actual environment, social environment for biotextile to be a thing to talk about. And the final thing that I said is never do it yourself, because you're always going to need support, and then you're always going to need someone else to help you to get through different stages of being an entrepreneur. Why are we doing it? Why do I want to do it personally? And why do humans need another industrial revolution based on bioengineering? Well, people say it's for the environment, but personally I think it's still for ourselves. Humans are very selfish. I think I don't really want to do this because we want to protect ourselves. We want to have a future for human, and that's why we're doing biotextile. What I want to do next will be continuing to find the killer application for the material I'm trying to create. Maybe I'll not stay doing masks. Maybe I'll try to make biotextile into so many other things. And we'll see. Thank you for watching.